How you doing, bro? You right?
Hey man, how you doing? You're live on HopeJamz, man. How you doing tonight?
I'm cool, man. Glad to be here, bro.
Yeah, man. Give yourself a little intro, man. I mean, I'll give you that intro, but you give yourself an intro, man.
Yeah, so for quite a while, since I gave my life to the Lord, I've been using it mainly for Him. I use my rap to make good music and just glorify God in everything that I do. And serve Him from Croydon, South London. I see a lot of things going on, and those are the kind of things that motivate my songs, give me inspiration to write about different things. And also, I just have a general love for music. Ever since as long as I can remember, I've always had a love for music. I like to dabble in different genres. I also produce. Some of my stuff is self-produced as well. So yeah, I've a lot of my time I spend.
Today I'm going to be showcasing your Amazing Grace Volume 1. And I've listened to this. First of all, when I first listened to it, I was like, that's a bit slow, and I was kind of getting into it. And then I took the time to properly listen to the whole thing, you know, like a couple of times over. And it's grabbed me now, man. You've got some real good tracks on there. Like, it's it's proper good. And it's Volume 1, so presumably you're going to do like a Volume 2 as well?
Yeah, eventually, man. I'm glad that it had that impact on me, because that's the kind of music I actually like as well. I like to make music that I actually like. And the music I like is music that grows on you. So not even just the songs that you just feel, straight away it's a hit, and then like next week you're not listening to it anymore because you just got bored of it. I like songs that just stay with you.
Yeah.
That just stay with you forever, really.
Yeah, that's what I felt like. It was it's quite a laid back track in it. Some of the songs there, and but they're even though they're laid back, they are deep in meaning, and they got a kick there, and you definitely can listen to it again and again, which is great.
Praise God, man. Praise the Lord for that. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, man. So, you said, whereabouts are you in London, are you now?
So I'm in Croydon, in the Croydon area, in Norwich Junction, to be specific.
Oh, yeah. And that's where you're growing up as well, right? Like, your church is in that location?
Yeah, more or less. I've been going to my church past 8 years now, and it's in West Norwood, which is more, it's like in between Brixton and Crystal Palace. It's quite sensitive to quite a lot of areas. And
how do you find it in London, in that area? Like, if you're trying to connect with other rappers, do you find it quite easy to connect with them? Because I know in that area, like, or in general in London, you've got a lot of, say, Christian rappers or regular rappers, but there's so many in the area. But do you actually find it easier to connect with them? Like, if you were say, like, hey, I want to hit you up on, join me on the track or something?
Yeah, very, very much. Like, we're doing it for the same purpose, really, to glorify God. So most people catch the business straight away. Obviously, sometimes, like, the kind of beats that I go for, not everyone flows on those kind of beats, so they might enjoy it, but they're not really able to flow to it. So sometimes there can be a bit of a challenge there. But generally, it's not hard to grab someone to jump on the track, write about something with a common cause, and just bring some glory to God. Funny enough, like, I grew up with a lot of rappers in my area, even some that are quite well known right now, like the likes of Stormzy.
Yeah.
Went to school with him. Another guy called Bonkers went to school with him as well. So rap was pretty much part of my culture.
That's cool, man. So you say, like, you went to school with Stormzy. Was he in your year?
Yeah, it was actually, it was he was 1 year below me, and so it was his school became connected to my school, Harris Academy. So when I went to sixth form, that's when we started to have more classes with people from there. So it was in my politics class, and for lunchtime, I'd be chilling with him and loads of other people. We'd just sometimes just chill, write some bars.
That's cool, man. Yeah, I want to get straight into your music, man. I've got 4 tracks I've picked from the Amazing Grace volume, and I was gonna, I really wanted to pick more, but I got to like solidify it. So I picked 4, and we're gonna do 2 by 2. So I want you to introduce them if possible. The first 2 I've got, we're gonna go back to back on them. The first one is the intro, The Truth, and the second one is Waging War. So do you want to introduce them?
Yeah. Okay. The Truth. That was inspired just by the things that I was seeing around me. It was just at the time I wrote that track about, probably about 7 years ago.
Wow.
But at that time I was feeling like, whoa, like everything's happening so quickly. We're in the end times. The truth needs to get out there. The truth needs to get out to people. And I was we were here in that song and even a lot of other songs, I kind of relate the gospel to like the Matrix. I don't know if you've seen the film The Matrix, but that's how I see the kingdom of God.
Who hasn't seen that film The Matrix, man?
Trust me, if you haven't, you've been living under a rock or something, man.
Yeah, man.
But that's how I see the kingdom of God. Like everyone, they're in like a dream world, and when Christ finds you, when you wake up, it's like you've come out of the Matrix. You come into the real world. You start to see everything through a different lens. See the madness that people are in, and you just thank God that God has delivered you from that. So that's kind of how I wrote that track. That's like more or less the what's the word I'm trying to find there.
Cool, man. And the second one is Waging War.
Yeah, Waging War. Similar thing, but this one is more about getting into. I made this to encourage other believers about the battle that we're in. We can't just be chilling. If you chill in this battle, you're gonna fall, because we're in a war against the enemy's kingdom. The war is won, but we have to fight our way forward to the finish line. We're gonna face many battles, and you have to attack. You can't just defend. You have to attack. You have to use a sword. So that song, Waging War, is to encourage Christians to stand up and fight and use spiritual warfare.
Yeah, man, I feel you. And the guys that are featured on that one, Info and Change Man, are they both London rappers?
Yeah, they both came from a group called Gospel Tongues. They were quite known in my area, and they even inspired me and a lot of other rappers to start rapping for God as well. They were good mentors. And
the reason I picked them is because, to your ears, they just sound very good. You've got the Matrix there, and then the Waging War is... I mean, what is that instrumental you used? It sounds like a Western one or something.
Yeah, it's a Western sample. I don't like to share my secret samples that I find, but I do like to sample a lot of Western tracks. I just find the soundtracks to Western movies really captivating and interesting, to be honest. And obviously, Western, when you think of Western, you think of cowboys shooting, so at war.
Yeah.
So yeah, it goes with the vibe.
Yeah, it does, man. Yeah, so let's crack into learning a bit more about you, man. I mean, how long have you been in the music industry?
In the industry itself, I would say since I was about a long time now, actually. Probably from the age of 15, 16. I'll say 15. I'm 24 now. That's 9 years, yeah. So 9 years.
9 years into it.
Yeah, but just haven't... I started off in a group, funny enough, called Lyrically Born Again. It was me, another person who's coming up now called DK, another person you're going to hear about soon, Mark Jones, and some other people. And after that, I went solo about maybe a couple of years later, but I was never able to release anything. I was always going to studio, spent so much money going to studio, making so many songs, never able to release anything. So
why is that? Why is that? Why couldn't you release anything?
I would say I didn't really know how to, and it's just a lot of things were going on as well. It's just the consistency, finding the right people, the marketing, all of these things. I think I weren't learned enough in that area to be able to release a mixtape or a project or anything like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, all those 9 years, I wouldn't say they were wasted because I still learned a lot. I still improved a lot. So yeah, it was all for a good cause.
So what happened to the group you're in then?
It was actually going pretty good. There was a lot of talent in there, going quite far, but I just felt like not all of us were on the same page. Like some of us, and I guess if I had my mindset now, I might not have left the group back then. But back then, I was quite fresh Christian. I was zealous, and I just felt like half of us were on it, the other half of us weren't really on it. Like we was living double life. So 1 minute they're in Christ, next minute they're doing madness, doing the